What's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and in today's YouTube video we have to talk about some returning modes now that the season has kind of gone on for a few days. So if you're someone who has enjoyed the new season launch and you wanted to play it with the battle bus and everything else, good news, the battle bus has officially returned. However, it is a slight chance of getting it. Now, if you want to actually get the battle bus in your game, you're going to be seeing it around 80% of the time in Battle Royale. Not for sure for the other modes, but I'm pretty sure it's still going to be like 80% of the time you're going to be getting the actual battle bus when you launch into a match. However, you do have a very small chance, around a 20% chance, to actually spawn into a match doing the surfboarding thing on the edge of the map. So that hasn't fully gone away. That feature is still here. It's just a lot more rare so that you have a little bit more variety. You can either surf into the map randomly, or you can actually just glide down from the battle bus into the match. I'm unsure if you're actually able to have a mix of both, you know, a mix of players who are just surfing in and then a mix of players who are actually gliding in, but I do think it is match wide, so if one person is gliding in through the battle bus, everyone will be. If one person is surfing into the match, everyone will be. But on top of that, now that the battle bus has returned, we have the relaunch of a few modes. So firstly, Ranked Battle Royale and Ranked Zero build has officially returned, and all of the other modes that we talked about today that have ranked versions, those have returned as well. But one thing actually hasn't returned, and that's Fortnite OG. Fortnite OG is currently dead until the launch of the next actual season, so if you're someone who missed out on the Fortnite OG umbrella, you're just kind of out of luck. You're not really going to be able to get that umbrella at all, and it's just something that, you know, sucks to suck, I guess, but it will be returning around December 7th to 11th, I think, when the new actual update launches for the new OG season. But on top of that, we have to talk about Reload and Blitz Royale officially returning with a lot of interesting goodies. So firstly, this is Reload right here, which you can see mentions a lot of stuff actually going on with it. Wingsuits are actually enabled in Reload. There is a brand new Reload map called Surf City, a new set of mastery quests plus rewards that you're able to actually do in order to go ahead and earn yourself a free wrap, a free emote, 2 free sprays, and I think an emoticon? I could be wrong there, but I think there's an emoticon included. You can see some of the new POIs on the Surf City map are Sus Studios, Sweaty Shores, Divey Dam, and then ranks have also been reset. And then in the next update to Reload, they're going to be adding a few more things, such as storm surfing and more fight weapons. Now, to give you some extra information on those two things, storm surfing, as what we've kind of already had from the start of this season, it's the thing that you have a 20% chance of actually getting in Battle Royale still. That just means it's going to be coming to Reload specifically on the Surf City map in the next game update. But more fight weapons are going to work similar to the Chrome weapons of before, where it levels up based on you actually getting damage. So as you deal damage to players, you'll earn a random amount of weapon XP, and depending on your weapon rarity, you'll need more or less weapon XP in order to actually level up those weapons. Now, if I go ahead and look on my other monitor, I actually made a note here of all the XP values. So to have a common Morphite weapon go to an uncommon one is going to require 100 weapon XP. Uncommon to rare is 150 weapon XP. Rare to epic is 300 weapon XP. Epic to legendary is 550 weapon XP. And then legendary to mythic is going to be 1,200 weapon XP to go up to that tier. Now, the XP you get per damage is going to be dependent on a different kind of like RNG value. So they have a few different multipliers. Currently, it's a 1.0 multiplier, meaning that if they feel like the XP gain is too slow, they can actually increase how fast you actually level up those weapons, or they can even make it slower if they do decide to. But in terms of the values, every single damage you do will give you between 0.15 to 0.85 weapon XP. So it's not going to be a 1-to-1, you deal 1 damage, you get 1 weapon XP point or something like that. If you deal 75 damage, for example, you might get as low as like 7 weapon XP, or actually not even really, I think it might be like 7.4 or something like that, or you can get as high as around like 70 weapon XP, right? So there is a huge variety in terms of the weapon XP you can actually get, but it means that we're basically getting the chromed version of the weapons returning in the Reload fashion, with the ability to upgrade them as you deal damage to others. But of course, Reload isn't the only thing getting updates, because if we go ahead and show this image on screen right here, you can actually see we're also going to be getting updates to Blitz Royale, which has also returned. There's a brand new Starfall Island that has officially returned with a new set of POIs such as Holloway House, Ritzy Redux, Boutique Bay, and even more, some new Kickstart quest, and then you can see the loot pool has increased itself to include self-revives, wingsuits, the Iron Pump Shotgun, Twin Hammer Shotguns, the Arc Lightning Gun, and grenades. Now, after we actually get some of these fights done in game, I'll go ahead and see if I can pull up the quest for you to actually view, especially since I own the new skins that were kind of released in this update that have Blitz Royale and Reload quests. Let's go ahead and see. Can I go over here and view those yet? No, okay, it's not going to show up there. Yeah, since we're in a match, it doesn't really want to show up for me, but I'll go ahead and tell you the quest. For Reload, we have a new set of map mastery quests, which are just based on each of the different maps, so Slurp Rush, Venture, Surf City, etc. And they're going to be 4 tiers of basically just playing the game. On each match, or each map, you have to eliminate players in 4 different tiers. So for tier 1, you have to eliminate a total of 30 players. For tier 2, it might be another 30, or might be 40 or 50 or whatever else, all the way up to 4 tiers. And when you complete all 4 tiers on a specific map, you'll start earning some of those rewards. So basically, based on the rewards I'm seeing, once you complete 4 tiers, you'll actually unlock a free spray. Once you complete 6 tiers, you get a free emoticon. 8 tiers, you get another free emoticon. At 10 tiers completed, you get yourself a free wrap, which is that TV wrap we showed you. And then at 12 tiers completed, you actually get yourself one of the new, or I guess the Reload emote that we kind of mentioned earlier. I'll go ahead and pop the image on screen so you can see that emote icon kind of towards the middle once again. But those are now live for anyone who wants to obtain them. And then it does also appear like the custom bonus skins that we have. If you're not in the playlist, it won't actually show you the quest, but those are now live. So in order to see those, I'll go ahead and mention those right here. So first off, we're going to be talking about the kind of like shirtless guy. I don't really remember what his name is. It's like he has the nunchuck, right? You guys know who I'm talking about. His quests are the following, and they kind of go under the name of Stuntman, Action Hero, and you know, just kind of the other names that just kind of match him, I guess. But the quests are pretty simple. So firstly, his first quest right here, if I can go ahead and eliminate this person, is to hit a player within 15 meters after busting through a door. So basically you have to run through a door and find the player that's really close to you and instantly start fighting them. Once you hit the player 3 times after doing that, you'll go ahead and complete that quest, so you know it's nothing too crazy to actually do. The next quest is to eliminate 2 players within 10 seconds of mantling. Now this isn't, you know, at the same time, so you can eliminate 1 player after 10 seconds of mantling and then another player after 10 seconds of mantling, and it will still progress and give you that unlock in order to get some of those special variants. Next up, we have a challenge where you have to damage players for 500 total damage while airborne or sliding. Now, from what I understand from this, it doesn't mean while the enemy person is sliding or airborne. It means when you're jumping or falling or anything like that, or when you're sliding, deal damage to others. So it doesn't mean, oh, while you're gliding, somehow have your glider shoot at the enemy or anything like that. Why is all mine over here with 2 shotguns? So, you know, not really that hard of a challenge. It just means you gotta play the, oh my god, I can't aim. But it just means you have to play the mode a little bit more. Next up, we have to get 10 headshots while aiming down sights. After that, we have to damage players with shotguns or SMG for a total of 2,000 damage. After that, we have to eliminate 2 players consecutively without reloading, which I feel like is going to be the hardest challenge from that entire set. And then the very final challenge is to place in the top 10 without rebooting in Reload at all. So that one is definitely going to be interesting. They make the final challenge you actually have to do the hardest, it seems like, and you know, they definitely make some of them a little bit more tricky, but definitely make sure you're doing something like, for example, just hiding around the match so that you're able to get those challenges done. And then for the other skin, which is kind of like that Met Gala skin, it's the skin you can actually see in this image right here, the Blitz Starfall Island skin, for example. We have a few different quests. First off, we have the Socialite quest, emoting at 3 different named locations in different matches. So basically, it means emote at one location in one match, emote at another location in another match, and then emote in a 3rd location in your 3rd match, and you'll get it done. I know I kind of worded that randomly, so just keep in mind it's not going to be something where you have to emote at 3 locations in 3 matches. It means, you know, every match you play, just emote at one of them. Next up, you have to collect 3 exotic or mythic weapons from players you've actually eliminated in Blitz, so that's going to be an interesting challenge, but it isn't something that's really that hard. We have another challenge for entering a rift within 10 seconds of hitting a player. We have a new set of A-lister challenges as well, which have the following quests. Have 4 items of different rarities in your inventory, damage players with mythic or exotic items within 15 meters, and that has to be a total of 1,500 damage. And then we have headshot players from above with epic or better weapons, that has to be a total of 10 headshots. And finally, and probably the hardest quest of them all, is to go ahead and earn a victory royale. That one is the one I can see people spending the most time struggling with, because, you know, Blitz is fun. I feel like Blitz definitely is one of the easier modes, at least for me, but not everyone's going to have that same opinion. You know, I play bot lobbies, for example, but it doesn't mean I'm inherently bad at the game. Sure, sometimes I have terrible aim, but I still think I'm pretty decent. I can get wins in normal matches, but some people are still below average, even worse than I am at this game, so they might not be able to get a victory royale as easily as other people like me might be able to. So it is going to be one of the harder quests, but it's interesting to see how Epic Games is making quests for the Battle Pass related to playing Battle Royale, related to playing Blitz, and related to playing Reload, and all they did in order to get that system working was sacrifice the bonus/secret skins we always get each season. With that said, however, I think that's pretty much everything. The only other thing I could mention here is that we have the Filanos Rank Skin quest now available, so if you want to actually obtain that, you have to eliminate 3 players and place top 10 in a single match in Ranked Battle Royale or Reload. Now, it looks like you have to do that 10 times in order to actually get the first unlock. We also have ourselves another quest right here for placing top 10 in Ranked Battle Royale, even though that one, that one is available again. And then there's another set of quests just related to eliminating players in Ranked Reload, eliminating players in Ranked Battle Royale, etc. So pretty simple quest in order to get yourself a free skin, pickaxe, and backbling, or not backbling, but a wrap. And with that said, hope you champs and champions enjoyed today's YouTube video. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it. Hope it got you excited for all the new content in the game, and until tomorrow, I'll see you champs and champions a little bit later. Peace out.